On a stormy night, a hardworking waitress walked an elderly woman home under her umbrella. She thought it was just kindness, but the next morning, police arrived, and her life changed forever. Stay with us to see how one act of kindness rewrote her destiny. And if you love heart-touching stories, make sure to follow Black Inside 2.0 for more like this. The rain was coming down like the sky itself was grieving. Cars splashed through puddles, windows glowed with warm yellow light, and most people hurried with their umbrellas buried deep over their heads. Inside Moonlight Diner, Raven Carter rushed between tables, her ponytail swinging behind her. Every drop of rain outside matched a worry in her heart. Rent was due, her mom's medication was almost finished, and the dishwasher job she applied for earlier still hadn't called her back. But she had something stronger than fear, a smile that made people feel seen. "Thank you, ma'am, have a wonderful night," she said as she handed a bag to the last customer. When the clock struck 11:30 p.m., the diner closed. Raven cleaned the tables, clocked out, and stepped outside into the cold rain. Her red dress stuck to her skin, but she didn't complain. She was too tired for that. She lifted her umbrella and started walking home. That's when she saw her, a woman alone, on the sidewalk. An elderly woman in a gray coat stood beneath the rain with a cane and a lost expression. Her silver hair glimmered under the streetlights. Pedestrians hurried past, not giving her more than a glance. Raven paused. Kindness is a reflex, one that comes before thinking. She walked toward the woman. "Ma'am, are you all right? Can I help you?" The old woman turned slowly. Her eyes, gentle yet worried, met Raven's. "Oh dear, I can't seem to find my driver." He stepped away and she tried to speak over the rain. Raven stepped closer and angled her umbrella over them both. "It's okay, where is your home? I can walk with you." The woman hesitated. "I don't want to bother you." "You're no bother," Raven replied with a reassuring smile. "Let's get you out of this rain." The woman slipped her arm into Raven's. Their pace was slow, but warm. "My name is Evelyn, dear." "Raven, nice to meet you, Miss." "Evelyn, that name suits you," Evelyn said softly. "A beautiful bird who stands strong through storms." Raven laughed lightly. "Never thought of it that way. A walk to remember." As they walked, Evelyn spoke about her late husband, about once dancing under streetlights like these. Raven listened like the world had paused for this moment alone. And Evelyn stared at Raven with admiration, this young stranger who carried more light in her smile than most carried in their whole lifetime. They reached Evelyn's tall townhouse, lights still glowing inside. "Oh, thank goodness, Miss Evelyn," a woman rushed outside, clearly panicked. "We were so worried. How did you?" "I made a friend," Evelyn said proudly, squeezing Raven's arm. The caretaker thanked Raven endlessly, offering money for the help. Raven shook her head, "Just glad she's safe. Good night." She turned to leave. "Wait," Evelyn called, "will you visit me? Tomorrow perhaps?" Raven blinked in surprise. "Tomorrow? Sure, I get off at 4. The old woman smiled like she had been waiting for that answer for years. "Then I'll be waiting." The next morning, trouble arrives. Raven returned to work. She was wiping down a table when 2 police officers entered. Everyone turned to stare. "Raven Carter," one asked. Raven froze. "Why yes, you walked with Ms. Evelyn Lancaster last night." "Yes, is she all right?" "That was extremely reckless," the officer sighed. "Her security has been searching for her all night. She left without them knowing and, well, they thought she was missing." Raven's heart sank. "Is she safe?" "She's fine now, Ms. Evelyn wants to see you immediately." Her manager nodded urgently. "Go." "It sounds important." Confused but relieved, Raven grabbed her coat and left with them. A house full of secrets. Evelyn's home was huge, chandeliers, paintings, polished floors. It felt like stepping into a movie. Evelyn, in a fresh outfit and warm smile, greeted her personally. "My dear Raven, please, come." The officers thanked Evelyn for confirming everything and left. Raven exhaled slowly. "I'm so sorry, Ms. Evelyn, I truly didn't mean." "Nonsense," Evelyn interrupted gently. "I asked you here because I need your help." Raven sat across from her in the living room. "My health isn't what it used to be. And I don't trust everyone around me." Her voice lowered. "Greater than, someone is trying to take advantage of me." Raven leaned in. "Who?" Before Evelyn answered, a tall man in a suit burst in. "Mother, what is the meaning of this?" he demanded, glaring at Raven. "This is Marcus, my son," Evelyn said calmly. He gave Raven a forced smile. "My mother has memory lapses. She shouldn't be making new friendships without supervision." Raven felt disrespected, but stayed quiet. Evelyn squeezed her hand. She saved me. Treat her with respect. Marcus's jaw tightened. We'll discuss this later. He left, shutting the door harder than necessary. Evelyn sighed. He thinks I'm fragile, but there's nothing wrong with my memory. Not yet. Her eyes shifted toward Raven. Would you be willing to accompany me to run some errands today? I trust you. Raven swallowed. She needed the extra hours at work, but she couldn't say no. Yes, of course. Errands that were more than errands. They spent the day visiting a lawyer, a bank, a nonprofit charity office. Everywhere Evelyn went, she introduced Raven proudly. This is my friend, the one who walked with me through the storm. When they reached a quiet cafe, Evelyn slid a folder across the table. Inside were documents with Evelyn's signature. What is this? Raven asked softly. My legacy, Evelyn replied. I want my son to have what's necessary. But kindness deserves reward too. Raven's eyes widened. Ms. Evelyn, I can't accept. You already earned it when you helped me without wanting anything back, Evelyn insisted. Before Raven could respond, the cafe door slammed open. Marcus stormed inside, 2 lawyers behind him. Mother, what have you signed? He grabbed the folder. Stop it, Evelyn snapped. That is my decision. Marcus stared at Raven with accusation. You're manipulating her. Raven stood up, anger simmering. All I did was help her home. Let's go. Marcus growled at his mother. Evelyn rose, but turned to Raven. Come tomorrow. Please don't abandon me like the rest. Raven nodded. I promise. Storm in the family. The next day, news spread around the city. Wealthy businesswoman changes her inheritance plan. Family in shock. Raven rushed at Evelyn's home after work. But the entrance was blocked by security. Raven Carter, one guard said. Ms. Evelyn left something for you. He handed her an envelope. Inside, a letter. Evelyn's letter. Greater than my dear Raven. If you are reading this, my health has taken a sudden turn. Do not fear, you gave me joy these last days. I have left instructions that protect everything we planned. My heart is at peace because I met you. Please remember, a single act of kindness can rewrite a life. And you rewrote mine. With love, Evelyn Lancaster. A tear fell onto the page. Raven held the letter to her chest. I'm not leaving you, she whispered. At the hospital, Raven rushed to the hospital, pushing past whispers and stares. Marcus stood, outside Evelyn's room, frustrated and pacing. You again, he muttered. Raven ignored him and stepped inside the room. Evelyn looked weak, her breath slow, but her eyes lit up when she saw Raven. You came. Raven held her hand. Of course, Evelyn smiled, voice soft as rain. You saved me from being alone. That's the greatest rescue of all. Marcus walked in slowly behind them. He watched his mother's face, the peace she only seemed to have when Raven was near. He swallowed something heavy, pride. Mom, I'm sorry, he finally said. Evelyn squeezed his hand with her other one. Take care of her, Marcus, she whispered toward Raven. Raven shook her head. No one needs to take care of me. Yes, Evelyn insisted, because someday, you will take care of him. Raven blinked in confusion, but Evelyn only smiled wider, eyes drifting closed. The heart monitor beeped gently, and then steadied into silence. Raven cried quietly, holding on to the warmth left in Evelyn's fingers. Marcus lowered his head, grief bending his shoulders. Days later, a new beginning. Raven returned to work. Life doesn't pause even for heartbreak. But she carried Evelyn's letter in her apron pocket, close to her heart. After a few minutes of wiping tables, someone cleared their throat. Raven looked up. Marcus, dressed not in a suit, but a simple sweater. Softer, changed. Can we talk? He asked. They sat in a booth. I judged you, he admitted. I thought, people only came near my mother for what she had. But you proved me wrong. He slid a document across the table. Her will. She left you ownership of a community center being built in her husband's honor. She said you'd know exactly how to fill it with life. Raven's eyes widened. A community center. For children, for families struggling, for anyone who needs hope, he explained. She believed you could give that to them. Raven covered her mouth, tears rising again. I can't accept such responsibility. Yes, Marcus said gently. You can, and you will. Raven took a deep breath. I'll honor her, I promise. Marcus smiled, truly smiled, for the first time since she met him. And, if you need help, I'll be there, he added. Like she said, Evelyn's words came back. Someday, you will take care of him. Raven nodded. Then let's build her dream together. The grand opening, months later, music played and laughter filled the brand new Evelyn and Harold Lancaster Hope Center. Children ran in the hallways. Parents found support. Families gathered under a roof filled with warmth. Raven stood at the entrance wearing her red dress, a symbol of the night everything changed. Marcus stood beside her, holding a framed photo of Evelyn smiling with her umbrella. As they hung it on the wall, Raven whispered, "This is for you, thank you for walking with me." Marcus looked at Raven, "She's still here, every time someone finds help inside these walls." Raven nodded. The storm had long passed, but because of a single walk in the rain, 2 souls were saved, 1 life was remembered, another life was reborn. If you enjoyed this emotional story, follow Black Inside 2.0, where kindness becomes destiny and every heart has a story worth telling.